A new private equity fund run by Jared Kushner is set to invest millions of dollars raised from Saudi Arabia in Israeli startups. Jerusalem correspondent Daniel Cohen joins us live with the details. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, Allison. Good morning, everyone. We'll get to that story in just a moment. First, I want to pass along some breaking news. A well-known Al Jazeera journalist was shot and killed early this morning covering an Israeli raid in the West Bank. Her name, Shireen Abu Akleh. And by the way, the United States ambassador to Israel also confirmed she is an American citizen as well, was caught in crossfire when IDF soldiers trying to crack down on recent deadly terror violence came under heavy gunfire from militants. The Palestinians are blaming the Israelis for the journalist's death, but those claims are unproven. Okay, back to our other story now. The implications of Jared Kushner's Saudi-Israeli investment through his affinity fund are, in a word, huge. Israel and Saudi Arabia don't have diplomatic relations, although the Gulf Kingdom is showing an openness after the success of the Abraham Accords, brokered in part by President Trump's son-in-law.
Saudi Arabia investing in Israeli high-tech has never been done. Until now, former presidential advisor Jared Kushner's new fund, Affinity Partners, has reportedly raised $3 billion, including a $2 billion commitment from Saudi Arabia. At the Trump White House, Kushner helped broker the Abraham Accords, establishing relationships between Israel, the UAE, Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco. Now, Kushner is hoping Affinity will create an investment corridor between Israel and Saudi Arabia.
I think this is a very exciting development. The Saudis want in.
Conservative author Joel Rosenberg is editor-in-chief of All Israel News and All Arab News. He recently led an evangelical delegation I was invited to cover for Newsmax to countries experiencing success from the Accords, which ushered in a boom in bilateral trade. In 2018, Rosenberg was invited to meet Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman in Jeddah's royal palace and was invited back to meet privately again in 2019. Rosenberg believes the Affinity investment is one more constructive sign by the Saudis of warming ties to Israel.
Every signal they are sending is positive, and now through Jared Kushner, they want in on the Israeli booming economy.
California has Silicon Valley. Israel's version is Silicon Wadi. Kushner and his team have warned the Saudis they could risk losing out on economic opportunities. Rosenberg describes a new Middle East regional architecture based on technology, diplomacy, and business.
I think the real question here is whether President Biden and his team are going to realize that they are sitting on the opportunity to broker a Nobel Peace Prize winning deal. The mother of all peace deals in the Middle East will ultimately be between Israel and Saudi Arabia.
Former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met secretly with the Saudi Crown Prince in 2020. Planes are now flying between Tel Aviv and Saudi Arabia. There is an enormous opportunity for the Biden administration that so far, Allison, refuses to even use the term Abraham Accords, a major Trump accomplishment, instead referring to them only as normalization agreements.
Yeah, all right.
Allison.
Daniel Cohen, thank you, and thank you for that breaking news. Appreciate it.